Welcome everyone, my name's Emily and I'm going to be taking your Reformer Masterclass today. What we're going to be focusing on is repertoire 1 to 6. So we're doing some footwork, we're doing some supine work lying on our back. We've got back rowing, we've got front rowing. We'll change the order around a little bit to facilitate flow, and also we'll have a look at some other fun things that we can chuck in there too. Now, I empower you to do whatever you need for your bodies today. So choose a layer or an option that works best for you and change up your springs if you need. If I've got anyone prenatal, can you just come and let me know, type it in the chat for me. For those who are watching in the future, first of all, welcome. I hope the future's nice for you. If anyone is prenatal watching this back, if you could exercise in line with the prenatal guidelines in that if there's anything lying on your back, prop yourself up so you're not lying flat. Keep yourself moving. So if I say hold, ignore that. If there's anything where you feel like your balance is being tested, stick with an option which you feel facilitates your balance, and drink water and take breaks when you need. Stay nice and cool and hydrated. Alrighty, I reckon we can get stuck in now, everyone. So I'm going to get you to pop 2 springs on. And then sit on your reformer facing towards the camera. Sitting towards the edge of the carriage, we're going to start by popping our hands behind our head, wide elbows, show off your chicken wings. Close your elbows in towards each other as you make a C curve, look towards your belly button. Then open your elbows wide to the wall behind you as you look up to the ceiling. So curl into your C curve, close your elbows in, look down. Then pull your elbows back, look up to the ceiling, find your J curve. And keep moving between your C curve and your J curve, making these shapes as big as you would like to or as small as you would like to as we start. And because most of 1 to 6 is either facing towards the foot bar or towards the pulleys, I want to spend just at least a little moment facing side on. So we feel like we've gone all the way around the reformer. Welcome, Kate, lovely to see you. Let's go for one more in either direction. And then when you're ready, come back somewhere in the middle. Bring your hands out in front of you. Let your palms touch. We'll go into bow and arrow. So drag one hand down your sleeve, across your t-shirt, reach to the wall behind you, and then reverse it. Come back across your t-shirt, let your hands kiss. Other arm, drag it down your sleeve, across your shirt, reach to the wall behind you, and then bring it back, touch the other hand. If you want to give yourself a clap, you can. Keep alternating from side to side. And maybe as you open your hand to the wall behind you, you look over your shoulder and find a bit more twist. Lovely. You could imagine that your t-shirt is a wet towel and you want to wring it out by getting as much twist as you can. Let's go for one more in either direction. And then when you're ready, coming back in the middle, we'll take it into some side bends. So pop your hand wherever you feel best works for you. You could go on the carriage, foot bar, standing platform, and then just rainbow the other arm up and over, reaching towards the far wall. Then let's go the other way. Find something, reach towards the pulleys. Keep going from side to side. Maybe you're imagining that you're waving at a friend at the distance. Oh, hey, how you doing over there? And maybe each time you reach a little bit further, you could bend the bottom elbow if you'd like. Let's go one more to either side. And then come back into the middle and wrap your hands around the front of your reformer. Scooch towards the end. We're going to round back into a C curve. Look towards your belly button. Then sit up tall. Round back into a C curve. Sit up tall. And with your hands on the edge of the carriage or underneath the rails, maybe you find you can roll back a little bit further, maybe to the point where your waistband is about to touch onto your carriage. If you would like to add on here, you could take one arm off or 2 arms off and continue to roll back. I always like to imagine that I'm Rose from the Titanic, and I'm going, "Don't let go of me, Jack." And if that resonates for you, please feel free to take that imagery. Nice job. If you want to start lifting one leg off the floor, you can, finding a little bit more heat as you also find your balance. Remember, you can have 1 or 2 hands on as you go. Nice work. If you would like to have that leg straight as you lift it, rather than bent, feel free to take that option. Nice work. Let's go for another few on each side. Beautiful control, everyone. One more on each side. And then when you're ready, sit up and give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. We're going to get stuck into footwork now. So 3 springs. For my foldable reformer friends, you're probably looking at all your cords. If you want to go heavier than 3 springs, you are more than welcome to. When you're ready, lying on your back, head on the headrest, we're going to start with V. So bring your toes onto the foot bar, toes apart, heels together. So your feet are in a V or a slice of pizza. When you're ready, press the carriage away towards the pulleys and then bring the carriage back to the stopper. Press the carriage away to the pulleys and back to the stopper. And feel free to use these first few reps to get a feel for your spring tension, because you can change your springs if you'd like, if you decide you want more or less tension. For footwork, tends to be the more springs you add on, the spicier it's going to get. Lovely. And we're looking for full range of motion here. So press all the way out until your legs go straight, and then bring all the way back in until you touch the stopper. Lovely. Let's go for another 5, and then we're going to hold halfway and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold the carriage halfway and pulse. Little movements up and down, little movements, little movements. That's it. Beautiful. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Press all the way out and then complete the movement, come all the way in. Very nice. Let's take it to arches now. So move down onto the middle of your foot, the arches, feet towards each other. They might even kiss, and then wrap your toes around the top of the bar. Press the carriage out towards the pulleys, bring the carriage back to the stopper. Carriage goes out, carriage comes in. Carriage goes out, carriage comes in. And we're still wrapping those toes around the foot bar. Like your toes are trying to peek over the foot bar and have a squeeze at the floor. That's it. Feel free to move at a pace that feels right for you today. So if you like going with a bit of pep in your step, going nice and quick to get some steam rising off that machine, feel free. If you like to see what it feels like to move as slowly as possible, like you're moving through molasses, then feel free to do so. Let's go for another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's nearly pulse time. For 3, 2, 1. Hold halfway and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. I want you to think of Dory from Finding Nemo. Just keep pulsing, just keep pulsing. That's it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Press your carriage out all the way, bring the carriage all the way back in. Alrighty, move on to your heels. Pull your toes back towards the ceiling like you're standing on the air in front of you. Then press your carriage out to the pulleys. Bring your carriage back to the stopper. Pressing out and in. And if you were playing with a slow pace before, maybe explore a bit more speed this time. If you were playing with speed in the last one, maybe you'd like to go slower. Have a bit of an explore. Can you pull your toes back a little bit more? like you're trying to leave toe prints on the ceiling. Disclaimer, if you do leave toe prints on the ceiling, I'm not going to clean it up for you. That's it. Let's go for another 8 seconds and then we're going to hold it out and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold out halfway. Let's start pulsing. And I want you to find the point that makes some more heat for you. So maybe you try pulsing a little bit further towards your pulleys. Maybe you get a bit more heat pulsing a little bit closer to your springs. It'll vary depending on people's heights and reformers, but find what spices it up for you. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press all the way out. Come all the way in. Alrighty, we've got one more from our kind of 1 to 6 footwork, but I want to add on here. Let's explore some other movements in this position. Bring your heels wide towards the edges of the foot bar, knees and toes turned out like you were doing a really wide squat and then someone came over and pushed you. When you're ready, press the carriage out and then bring the carriage in. And how far turned out people's knees and toes are going to depend on the person. Yeah, we've got different hips, we've got different bodies, so it'll look different on different people, and that is totally all right. That's it. Seeing if you can press all the way out and then all the way in. Looking good there. We're going to go for another 6, and then rather than pulsing, we'll just bring the carriage in. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, then bring your carriage back into the stopper. Keep your heels where they are, but turn your knees and toes in like you're busting to pee. That's it. And then press your carriage out towards the pulleys and back in. And it's okay if your knees come apart at the top of this movement. See if you can get them to kiss again as you bring the carriage in towards the stopper. That's it. Maybe it's just me who makes this little dance when I need to pee. I don't know. No, that resonates with you, Lily. Good. Excellent. Alrighty. Let's go for another 6, 5. In 4, we'll just bring it to the stopper. 3, 2, last one, and then bring it in. Good work. All right, we're going to now add those 2 movements together. So turn your knees and toes out towards the side walls. Press the carriage out, bring the carriage in, then turn your knees and toes in towards each other, press the carriage out, bring the carriage in, turn your knees and toes away, press the carriage out, bring the carriage in, turn your knees and toes in, press the carriage out, bring the carriage in. So it's like you're making little circles with your legs. That's it. I hope you've had your coffee wherever you are. Sometimes I need my coffee to do little coordination things. That's it. We're going to go for another 10 seconds. And then when we hit 1, we're going to hold halfway with our knees and toes in, like our knees are trying to kiss, and we'll pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go halfway, knees and toes towards each other, and pulse, and pulse, and pulse. Everyone is busting to go to the toilet. Find the heat on your reformer for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the carriage all the way out, then bring the carriage all the way in. Take a moment, have a little dance break with your legs. And then we'll finish off, everyone's dance break kind of looks the same. We'll finish off your footwork with tendon stretch. So bring your toes back onto the foot bar, feet next to each other. Then press your carriage all the way out till your legs are locked. Keep them locked. Dip your heels under the foot bar, then lift your heels up high. Dip your heels under the foot bar, lift your heels high. Dip under the foot bar, lift high. So it's like as your heels go under the foot bar, you're trying to get your heels to kiss on the wall opposite you. And then as you raise them, you lift up as high as you can. If you would like to take it into a single leg tendon stretch, you can tuck one knee in towards your t-shirt, go for 5 on one leg, and then swap and do 5 on the other leg. So Magdalena's taking a running option. If that feels nice for you today, you're more than welcome to take it. Good work. All right, let's go for another 5 on each side. Just for funsies. You're welcome. And then once you've finished your 5 on the other side, come back to both feet on the foot bar, so I know that you're ready. Keep going with your heel raises until everybody's there. That's it. And now we're going to finish off 2 feet on, last 10 together. Let's go. Heels under the foot bar, heels lift. Heels under, heels lift. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. You can bring that carriage all the way in. You can shake it out. You can say whatever you need to me because you're on mute and I can't hear you. When you're ready, pop your foot bar down. From there, go on to 2 springs. At any point you can change it. But for now, lie on your back. 2 springs will be enough to kind of keep the carriage still and flow into the next set of work. But we'll start with our feet on the standing platform. Head on the headrest, fingertips to the ceiling. Let's just start working through our C curve with some ab curls. So you're going to reach your fingertips to the wall in front of you, lift your shoulders off the mat, and then roll back down, fingertips to the ceiling. Curl up, reach to the wall in front of you, then back down to the mat, fingertips to the ceiling. Keep going, reaching forward, and then back down. So it's like you're a zombie who's coming out of its grave, but you can't quite be bothered, and then you just lie back down again. You can keep your feet on the standing platform, or if you'd like to spice it up more, you can tuck your knees in towards your t-shirt, feet off the standing platform. That's it. Good work. Reaching as far forward as you can today, like you're desperately trying to get your fingernails on the floor. Floor, wall. The floor wall. If you want to start reaching one leg out long towards the wall in front of you, you can, and that goes for either if you've got your feet down on the standing platform or up. And you can alternate each time you curl up. The lower your arm, your lower arm, the hip arm, your leg. The lower your leg is towards the floor, you may find the spicier it is. For those who have got their feet on the standing platform and are coming all the way up into a sit, you may find that having your leg higher is actually more challenging. It may change up the experience for you. If you want to start reaching both legs out long to the wall in front of you, you do you, boo, don't let me stop you. Jacob looks like he could not wait for that option. We're going to go for another 5. See if you can keep pressing the back of your waistband into the carriage. For 3. For 2. Last 1. Then come back in, let your feet find the standing platform. Feel free to windscreen wiper your knees. Nice work. Okay, so we worked on some crunches, curling up forward. We're now going to do reverse crunches, where we go backward. So let your hands either come to the shoulder posts or bring yourself slightly away from the shoulder posts and wrap your hands around the back lip of the carriage. I come slightly away from the shoulder post so I've got more room, elbows to the ceiling. This is just going to give you a little bit more power with your arms. From there, you're going to tuck your knees in towards your face, maybe your bum lifts off the carriage, and then let yourself come back down. Tuck your knees in towards your face, and then come back down to the carriage. Tuck your knees towards your face, and then back down to the carriage. And really pull on whatever you've got to help get you over. If you want to try bringing yourself a little bit further away from the shoulder posts and bringing your hands around the back lip of the carriage so your elbows are towards the ceiling, give it a go. See if it works for you. Yeah, nice work. You can stay here with bent legs if you want to go into more of an overhead position. Bring your legs long, whip them overhead, reach your toes towards the spring well behind you, and then roll slowly down your t-shirt. Legs come back out in front of you. Whip them overhead. Yes! And then roll slowly down the back of your t-shirt. Good control, everyone. You are peeling back down onto that carriage like honey drizzling onto toast. If you want to take it into your jackknife, next time your toes come overhead, stay there, spike your toes up towards the ceiling, then let your toes come back into the spring well and roll back down. We're going to go for another 3. Pick whichever version you're working on today. If you are doing the jackknife, see if you can get your toes up as high as possible when you spike. That's it. Finish off your last 2, everyone. You're doing really well there. Keep pulling with those arms to help. Yeah, so good. Once you've done your last one, come all the way back down. Oh, so nice. Alrighty, let your feet find the standing platform, let your hands come by your side. So we just did a lot of C-curve. Let's move in the opposite direction just to break it up a bit. Because we're working towards overhead, but let's give ourselves a little bit of time moving in the other direction. So hands just on the carriage, however you like them. Lift your waistband to the ceiling, find a hip bridge, and then bring your bum back down to the carriage. Lift your waistband to the ceiling, hip bridge, and then bum back down to the carriage. And see how high you can lift your waistband, like you're trying to get your pants on the roof. You might find that pressing your shoulders into that carriage helps give you some more lift. That's it. And if you just want another point of focus for yourself, see if you can keep the carriage in on the stopper. Nice. Alrighty, your next layer, if you want it, both feet are on the standing platform. You lift your waistband to the ceiling, then you take 1 foot off the standing platform to come back down. Lift up with 2 legs, and then take 1 foot away as you come back down. 2 feet to get you up, 1 foot to bring you back down. Ooh, and Kate's doing some lovely things with bringing her leg long. If you would like to come back down to the carriage with a straight leg, Magdalena and Jacob are like, yes, please. I'm even seeing, I think I saw Jacob pointing his toes. If you want to bring in that refinement, feel free. Your last layer here would be to go up and down with 1 foot, if you want it. But whatever option you're picking, try and get your waistband as high to the ceiling as possible. You can keep alternating legs. We're going to do 3 more, and then we'll pick on 1 leg if you're doing that option. If you prefer not to, you can keep floating up and down with whichever version you're doing. Let's go for 1 more. And then when you come down, pick a leg. We're going to go up and down 6 times on that 1 leg. Here we go. Up, waistband to ceiling, back to ground, to ceiling, to ground. For another 4. Up high for 3. Last 2. Last 1. And swap legs. Let's go. 6 on the other side. And up. And up. And up. You've got another 3 to go. How high can you get your waistband? Last 2. Last 1. And come back down, windscreen wiper your knees. All right. I don't know about you, but after all that, I've totally forgotten about all the C-curve stuff. So I'm happy to go back to it. So we're going to go back to working towards our overhead and our jackknife. You're welcome to do this without straps. If you want to follow me and do it with straps, your springs are set up to do so. So you can keep your hands pulling on something if you want. You can have your hands just by your side, or bring your hands into the straps. Feel free to start taking the layer that you preferred before. I'm going to take you through the full overhead if you want it. So let's bring our legs out to 45. Bring the straps down to the carriage. You can hold on to the edge of the carriage if you want, and then try and just lift your bum off the carriage. Bring it back down, release your straps to the ceiling. Again, let's go straps to the carriage. Bring your legs up, see if you can just lift your butt off the carriage, and then bring your straps back to the ceiling. If you want to find straps to the carriage and then roll all the way over, you're more than welcome to. Then controlled roll back to the carriage, release the straps to the ceiling. I don't mind which option you pick, all of them are going to be working you hard. If you do have your hands in the straps, think about pressing them down into the carriage. As I said, holding the lip of the carriage might help you. Oh, we've done overhead before. So nice. Now, some people seem to be desperately wanting the jackknife. You can have it if you want. So next time straps come to carriage and you roll overhead, feel free to spike your feet up to the ceiling. Then feet come back overhead and you roll back down. Can you keep pressing through your straps as much as possible? Lock out those elbows. We're going to go for another 3. That's it. Last 2. Finish your last one in your own time. You're doing really well, everyone. And then when you're ready, come all the way back down. Let your feet find the standing platform. Nice work, everyone. Excellent job. Windscreen wiping your knees. Let's start layering up to coordination. So we've still got our hands in the short loops. The long loops are there if at any point you want to cool it down. Tuck your knees in towards your t-shirt and then bring your elbows onto the carriage by your shirt. You got little T-Rex arms. From there, punch your straps down to the carriage and then bend your arm straps back to the ceiling. Punch your straps to the carriage, bend your arm strap back to the ceiling. Going for like a tricep press here. And see if you can keep your elbows in by your t-shirt the whole time. Alrighty, good work everyone. If you'd like to add on, next time you punch your straps to the carriage, shoot your legs out long to the wall in front of you, then bend your knees in, then bend your arms. Let's go again. Shoot everything out to the wall, bend your knees, bend your arms. Shoot everything out to the wall, bend your knees, bend your arms. We can start seeing why it's called coordination, right? And once again, the lower you bring the legs, the more challenging it's going to be. So you do you, boo. Nice work, everyone. You are reaching those legs out so far to the wall. I think we need to give ourselves a round of applause. So next time you reach your arms and legs out long, open your feet wide, clap them back together, then bend your knees in, bend your arms. Again, reach everything out, open your legs, clap them together, knees come in, arms come in. Reach everything out, open the legs, clap the feet together, bring your knees in, bring your arms in. Keep it going. If you want extra spice, you can curl up as you go. That's not part of the OG style, but it's an extra fun thing that you can do for more challenge if you want it. We're going to go for another 3. For those of you who are like, yeah, Em, don't want that, totally cool. Last 2. Last 1. Nice work, and then bring it in. Let your feet find the standing platform. Feel free to windscreen wiper. Great coordination, everyone. Now we've got one more left in the series that lies here. Does anyone want to hazard a guess to what it is? It's the 100, let's do it. So we explored some of the layers beforehand with our hands out of the straps. Let's find them again now. So straps to the ceiling, start with your knees tucked in towards your shirt. Curl up, reach your straps forward and start doing big beats up and down. Big beats. If you want to reach one leg out long for 5 beats and then switch, you can. If you want to reach both legs out long, you can. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Curling up as high as you can. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you keep pressing the back of your waistband into the carriage? We're nearly there. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 90, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100. Bow. You did it. Well done. And you did a couple extra more during the setup. Well done, everyone. Okay, pop your straps away for a moment. Sit on up. Now, normally in 1 to 6, we'd go straight to back rowing, but we're already facing this way. So let's do front rowing. 1 spring. Feel free to go heavier or lighter as you see fit. Heavier springs will spice it up. Lighter springs will cool it down. You also have the big loops if you want it. Shuffle your bum back so your bum's against the shoulder posts. You can have your legs crossed if that's more comfortable, or work a little bit more with your legs straighter. You do you, boo. Let's start with our straps in by the side of our t-shirt, holding onto the short loops like you're a T-Rex. When you're ready, press your straps out at 45 degrees, then bring your straps back to your t-shirt. Straps out to 45, then back to your t-shirt. And you can once again use these first few reps to decide whether or not this spring tension is right for you. Make any changes if you need it. We're going to be heading towards sitting tall. And I love a lot of the names in 1 to 6 because they say exactly what it is that we're doing. Alrighty, next time you punch out to 45 degrees, bring your straps down to the carriage, then up to the ceiling, circle the straps wide, back to your t-shirt, little T-Rex. Punch out to 45, straps to carriage, straps to ceiling, circle the straps wide, back to t-shirt. And again, 45, carriage, ceiling, circle, T-Rex. 45, carriage, ceiling, circle, T-Rex. Keep going. And this one's called sitting tall. So see how tall you can sit. Lovely big circles, everyone. And you are sitting so tall. You must have experience sitting on a throne. Let's go for one more. Nice work. And then once you're ready, come back to sitting. All right, we're going to come into bending forward. Once again, it's all in the name. So when you're ready, bring your hands down on the carriage by your hip pockets. Fold forward, nose towards knees. Press your straps towards your standing platform. Then lift your straps up to the ceiling. Circle back to straps on the carriage. Again, fold forward, nose to knees. Press your straps to your standing platform. Lift your straps up to the ceiling. Circle them back to the carriage. So fold forward, press straps long, lift straps up, circle back. Fold forward, take off your pants, lift your pants into the air, rip your pants apart. Maybe each time you fold forward a little bit further. Lovely. Nice work. You're getting so far forward there. You could probably kiss your knees if you wanted to. Let's do the last one. Oh my God, did some people actually kiss their knees there? That is lovely. So much self-care, so much self-love. And then when you're ready, come back up. Alrighty. Now I'm going to change up the sit a little bit here. For shaving and hug a tree, it's still here with legs long, but I'm going to give you the option to come into a kneel so that we can come into a high kneel if you want it. Basically, it's just going to add more tension on. So if that's the kind of challenge you're looking for, you can take it. If you prefer to sit down on your butt or with your legs long, you can take that as well. Let's start with our bum on our heels for the first few. So bring your straps by your shoulders for shaving. Press your straps overhead to a Y. Bring them back to your shoulders for a W. Press your straps overhead to a Y. Bring them back to a W. Keep pressing. And if you want to then bring your bum up off your heels and lift and lower from there, you can. You may find that the springs feel a little bit heavier. And if I had beginners in, I would just get everyone to stick with their bum down, because it does become a fall risk in a high kneel. If you think about where you want to put your hands as you fall, they tend to go in front of you. But I've got a bunch of Pilates instructors here. Let's go for another 4, another 3, last 2, last 1, and then bring your arms back down. No more shaving for you. You won't have hair left. Let's go into hug a tree. You can have your bum down or lifted up off your heels. We'll start with straps wide. Bring your straps in front of you like you're hugging a tree. Then open your straps wide. Bring your straps in front of you, hug your tree. Then open your straps wide. And try and keep tension on your straps the whole time. So as you bring your arms wide, see if you can keep tension on. Now, if you want to keep it spicy, you go up high and you pretend you're hugging a big oak tree. If at any point you want to cool it down, bring your arms lower, you're hugging a bonsai. That's it. We're going to go for another 6, 5, 4, you've got it. Big hugs, 3. Imagine you're hugging someone you love, 2. It's obviously me, last 1. And then bring yourself down, good work. Pop your straps away. Now we just did a whole heap of arms here. I do want to shift the focus slightly before we do arms facing the other way. So can you come back to sitting on the carriage? You can be slightly away from your shoulder pads with your legs out long. We're going to go into straight leg lifts. Heath also calls this the most annoying exercise in the world, so that's nice. You can bring your hands behind you onto the shoulder posts or the carriage, or if you want to heat it up and make it spicier, start working your hands forward, maybe even on the edge of the carriage. Pick what works for you. Pick one leg, try and lock it out as straight as you can, then see if you can lift it off the standing platform, then back down. Swap legs, other leg. See if you can lift it off the standing platform and then back down. Keep alternating, reaching through those toes, maybe pointing them. That's it. And the more you're folded forward, the more this is going to suck. Let's go for 2 more on each side and then we're going to pick on one leg. That's it. Last one on the other side. And then pick a leg, whichever one you like. We're going to try and aim for 10. Do as many as you can. Let's go. Lock it out. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Other side. Let's go. Try and lock out that leg. 10, 9, 8, 7. You've got it. 6, 5. This is deceptively hard. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Shake it out. Maybe thinking of some choice swear words while you're there. We're going to, because you were making it look quite easy, I know it's not, but you were making it look easy, I am going to give you the option of trying to do both legs for 10. And because it sucks so much, I will do it with you so that you know I'm in it with you. So when you're ready, find whichever position you want. Take a deep breath. Lock out those legs and let's go. 10. Both legs. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Can you make your legs straighter for 3, for 2, for 1, and bring it down. Feel free to stand up and walk it out. Grab some water if you'd like. We're about to change around and face the other way. No one wants to be my friend anymore. Alrighty, we're still on one spring. Have a little jiggle, have a little dance, have some water. And then when you're ready, sit on your carriage, facing towards the pulleys with a little bit of space behind your bum on the carriage. Now you can either have your legs long, crossed in between the shoulder posts, or wide on each side if that's more comfortable for you. Why I'm not saying to cross your legs here is because long legs will help anchor us for back rowing round back and for flat back. Let's start by holding onto the straps, and it might even be nice for you to reach through them and hold onto the ropes to just round back into a C curve. Waistband comes towards the carriage. Then let the straps assist you to sit back up tall. Round back into a C curve and then sit back up tall. And this is why we've got a little bit of space behind us on the carriage, just so we've got a little bit of room to touch down if we want. Maybe as you roll back and down, you can feel how your heavy legs out in front of you help act as a bit of a counterbalance. Let's go for another 2. Last one. And then come up tall. You can keep your hands on the ropes for more tension or find the short loops. The long loops are there if you ever want to cool it down. We're going to add on now. We're going to layer up towards round back. So this time, as you go into your C curve, punch your straps in towards your t-shirt, elbows high, then release your straps forward, sit up tall. Round back, punch your straps in, elbows high, then reach forward, sit up tall. And as you roll back and punch into your shirt, see if you can have your knuckles kissing. There's a lot of kissing of body parts happening in this class, I just realized. It's a very romantic class. Alrighty, if you'd like to add on here, you can, or you can stay with rolling straight back. If you want to add on, punch in, then twist one elbow towards the side of your carriage, twist the other way, then look forward, reach forward, sit it back up tall. Again, roll back, punch in, twist towards one rail, twist towards the other rail, look forward, sit up tall. And each time you twist, maybe your elbow comes a little bit closer towards your rails. Oh, Shari, you are keeping that carriage still as you twist. Nice job. Erica, you look like you could hit the floor with your elbows if your reformer wasn't so high. You're getting such nice depth there. Can you find as much C curve as possible through the back of your t-shirt? Nice work, everyone. Yes, Courtney. Yes, Rochelle. Yes, Lily and Chrissy Lee. Go, Jacob. Go, Magdalena. Kate, Imogen, you're all smashing it. All right, let's add on. So you can continue there or come with me into our T shape. So next time you roll back and punch in, press your straps out to a T, then sweep them forward, sit up tall. Let's go again. Roll back, punch in, punch your straps out to a T, and then sweep your straps forward, sit up tall. Keep going, finding your T. Maybe you can keep the carriage still as you punch out to your T. Oh, so still, Rochelle and Courtney. Nice. As a refinement for everyone, see when you punch out to the T, if you can get your thumbs pointing down towards the floor, like you're going, no, Em, I never want it to end. Please let us do more of the 100. That's it, Kate. Nice job. Alrighty. You can keep going with your T as is. If you want to add on to that, punch in, find your T, then aeroplane, one strap comes towards the side of your reformer. You turn the other strap towards the side of your reformer, then sweep them forward, sit up tall. Roll back, punch in, punch out to your T. One strap towards the floor, other one towards the ceiling, go the other way. One strap towards the floor, one to the ceiling, and reach forward, sit up tall. Keep going with your aeroplanes. If you want the super advanced layer here, totally up to you. See if you can make aeroplane sounds as you do it. Lily, I see you laughing. That's not the sound an aeroplane makes. Nice work. Let's go for one more. Oh my gosh, can I just say everyone doing aeroplanes together looks like so much fun? Beautiful work. Alrighty. Coming back up tall, we're just going to play with the last bit of round back on its own because I find this one can be confusing for some clients. So we're going to first take our straps into circles. So press the straps towards the wall behind you and then circle them forward to the pulleys. Press the straps towards the wall behind you, then circle them forward to the pulleys. Making the circles as big as you would like to today. And maybe noticing as you press your straps behind you, maybe you find that your thumbs are pointing down towards the floor. Oh, it's almost like we were practicing that before. If you would like to add on here, fold forward, nose towards knees, then press the straps behind you, circle them forward and sit tall. Again, fold forward, nose to knees, press your straps to the wall behind you, circle them forward and sit tall. Keep it going. That's it. And the circles are going to look different on everyone. Just like we said before with our footwork, it's going to look different people's shoulders. So do whatever works for you today. Let's do one more. Nice work. Alrighty, let's do the full thing together. So when you're ready, let's add the whole thing together. C curve, punch the straps to your t-shirt, elbows high. Punch to a T. Press your straps behind you, fold forward, then circle your straps up and over towards the pulleys, sit up tall. Again, round, punch in, punch to your T. Press the straps back, fold forward, circle up and over. And go again, round, punch, T, press and fold, circle round. You've got it. Go one more. That's it. Yes, the coordination today. Excellent work. Alrighty, we're nearly at the end. Let's go into our sitting tall. So now we're going to have our arms bent, straps towards the ceiling. Lower will be cooler. If you want a bit more spice, go up in line with your shoulders. Hinge back, press your straps overhead, then bring your straps towards your feet. Press the straps behind you to the wall and circle them around again. Sit up tall. Again, bend your arms, hinge back, take the straps overhead, fold forward, press your straps behind you and circle them back to the pulleys. Sit up tall. So bend your arms, hinge back, take your crown off your head, fold forward, put your crown on your toes, press the straps behind you, circle them back to the pulleys. Keep going for another 2, making the biggest circles you've got today. That's it. And last one. Alrighty, to finish off here, when you're ready, we're going to go into some overhead presses. So when everyone's sitting up tall, let's find our bent arms. Let's hinge back. Now we're just going to take our crown on and off for 10. Here we go. Press your straps overhead, bring them back to your head. Press them overhead, back to your head for another 8, 7, you've got it, 6, 5, amazing height, 4, maybe you reach a little bit further for 3, for 2, last one, and come on up. Well done, everyone. That was amazing. Alrighty. So the last thing I wanted to do here, because we've done a lot of work lying down and sitting, I just want to add a little bit of standing work into it, just so we can work the legs a little bit more. Now, doing squats on either side of the reformer is going to differ depending on the width of your reformer and also your proportions. So we'll start, we're still on one spring, sick. We'll start with our knees against the shoulder posts. You can hold on to the straps, or if you want more tension, bring your arms through and hold on to the ropes. Let's just go into rowing from here. So you're just going to pull your elbows towards the wall behind you, then release forward. Pull your elbows towards the wall behind you, release forward. Straps come back, straps move forward. Straps come back, straps move forward. And bend your elbows like you're trying to elbow someone behind you. Yeah, that's it, Kate, give them an elbow. Now you can stay here on your feet, or maybe you'd like to come into a high kneel. And as we row backwards, you squat your bum, hover it off your feet, and then come back to your high kneel as you release forward. Squat down in your half kneel, and then back up. I mean half squat in your kneel. There we go. Squat down, elbows behind, come up tall. If you want more tension, bring your hands further down the rope. So this might be where you would like to stay for your squats and row. If it's there for you in terms of your reformer, you can bring one foot on either side of the carriage. Bring yourself to the point where you feel tension on your straps. Feel free to walk back further towards the standing platform. Then squat as you draw your elbows behind you. Squat as you draw your elbows behind you. Seeing how low you can get today. That's it. You've got it. Squat and low. Now the last thing we're going to do here, if you want it, is squat low, pull one elbow back, look over your shoulder, then reach forward. Squat down, pull back one elbow to the wall behind you, look over your shoulder, reach forward. So we're adding in that bow and arrow. That's it. Pick whichever option works for you today. Yes, squatting as low as you can. Feel free to adjust where you stand. The further back towards the standing platform, the more tension you'll have on your straps. We're going to go for another 3, then we're going to hold our squat down and focus on one arm. 3, 2, 1. Pause in your squat. You can either do double arms or pick one arm. We're going to go for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Can you squat lower? For 4. Sit in your imaginary chair for 3. For 2. For 1. Release, stand back up. Other side, here we go. If you're doing double arms, stick with it. This is the last bit of work. Squat down, other arm reaches back to the wall behind you, release to the pulleys. Reach back and forward for 8, 7, 6, you've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, everyone. Release. Put your straps away. We don't need them anymore. Come to one side of the carriage and bring one knee up against your shoulder rest, other foot on the floor. Now this kind of differs depending on the height of your reformer. If you've got a really low reformer, you may find that you're pretty much in a low lunge. This one's really high. Either way, I want you to think about tucking your waistband up towards your face and pressing forward into that shoulder pad slightly. If you'd like to make this stretch stronger, same hand comes down on front leg and you rainbow the other arm up and over. If we all had high reformers, I'd probably work in having a box there so that we could have the front foot raised. But this will do. Go for another deep breath. And then release. Bring the knee that's on the carriage back so that you've got space. You can move the foot that's grounded forward as you hold onto the shoulder pads and find a runner's lunge. You can keep your hands wherever you need them to facilitate this stretch. And maybe with each exhale, you find your waistband comes a little bit lower. Now, just giving you a heads up, it's 6:02 the hour. If you need to run off, please do. I will not be offended. That's it. Go for one more deep breath. Then come on up and let's swap to the other side. Because we did a lot of work with our legs out in front of us straight, and I just want to get a nice stretchy feeling there. So on the other side, knee up against your shoulder post, tuck your waistband up towards your belly button. Hand can come onto the front knee as you rainbow the top arm up and over. Oh, and maybe one side feels tighter. That's okay. Breathing into it, pressing the thigh of your pants forward. Go for one more deep breath here. Then let your hands find the shoulder pads. Bring that knee that's on the carriage back so you can find a lunge. You can move the foot that's on the floor forward if that helps facilitate a bit more range for you. Do whatever you need with your hands. And I don't do a lot of breath work, but I do find when I'm doing a deep stretch like this, I enjoy to breathe out and see if I can relax a little bit more into the stretch. If that resonates with you, you can take it. If you find it helps to just breathe however helps you, please take that as well. And last one here. Then come on up. We're going to go to sitting on the carriage again, facing towards the camera. In an actual class, I would have them facing the opposite way, so we've made a full circle. Let's go back to sitting on the edge of the carriage, and from here we'll bring our hands down by our sides. Rainbow one hand up and over, find your side bend. Then find the carriage, whichever part you need, rainbow the other way. And you can let that bottom arm bend to find a bit more depth if you'd like. Thinking about pressing your butt into the carriage as you reach your fingertips away as far as possible towards the wall. If you heard that pop, it's just my shoulder. Let's go for one more to each side. And then when you're ready, come back to the middle, hands in front, find your bow and arrow, bring one hand down your sleeve, across your t-shirt, reach to the wall behind, then sweep the arm forward, other side, maybe looking over your shoulder to find more twist. Let's do one more on each side. And then rather than finding our chicken wings, we'll bring our hands behind our waistband. If you like to clasp hands or interlock fingers, you can. Reach down towards the carriage as you inflate the front of your t-shirt up to the ceiling. Look up. Check for cobwebs. Oh, there legit is one. I should get that. Okay. And then release. Interlock your fingers in front of your t-shirt. Turn your palms away. Press them to the wall in front of you as you see curve. Look to your belly button. Check for lint. And then reach your palms up to the ceiling. Grow tall. Wear your shoulders as earrings. Drop your shoulders down. Hands to either side of your head. Most important part, we jazz hands. Well done. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Come on over.